If you are a business owner and you are considering or have offered discounts in your business and it hasn't driven the revenue and profits that you thought it was, this is the episode for you. Welcome to the Sticky Note Marketing Show. I am your host, Mary Zarnecki. And today I want to talk about a common challenge that I hear from small business owners, medium business owners, really large business owners, but it's about discounting and offering a dollar or percentage discount on your products and services. So one thing that I want to share is that if you are going to offer a discount, you must do your math. So one thing when I'm working with a lot of my clients, especially small business owners who are in categories or markets or segments where offering a discount is pretty normal, like restaurants or service-based businesses or local boutiques. Offering discounts or coupons is pretty standard. My real encouragement to you, though, is do the math. Have you figured out, have you run your numbers to figure out, okay, if I give a $10 coupon or if I discount by 20%, how much of that is actually coming out of my profit? When we give a $10 coupon, that $10 is real money that you're no longer making. And unless you're changing your cost of goods sold or your overhead or your other costs, that margin is the problem, because now you have less revenue coming in, you have less money coming in, but the cost to deliver that product or service is the same. So it is hitting you directly. That's real money coming out of your pocket. So we need to do the math. We need to figure out, okay, in order to make that up, how much more volume, how many more items or services do you need to sell to make up the difference that you're giving in that discount? So if you haven't done your math, don't do the discount, right? The idea is that we want to make sure we're doing the math before we offer that discount, because we want to really understand, do you actually think that running this promotion, running this discount is going to get you that boost, that increase in volume of sales, number of transactions to make up that real money difference that you're making, right? If it's not, we need to think about some other alternatives. So great, Mary. I ran the math and I don't think I'm going to be able to make that up. I don't think I'm going to be able to sell that many more items or widgets or services to make up that difference that I'm giving away in that discount. So now what do I do? Let's talk about that. Whether you're a product-based business or a service-based business, there are plenty of alternatives out there to just offering a dollar discount or a percentage discount. So what could those be? So if you're a product-based business, a couple of things that you might consider are, what are the slow movers in your business? What are the items in your business that have the biggest margin, that cost you the least, but have the greatest perceived value to your audience? Those might be great potential items to think about giving as a added bonus or a free gift or a free gift with purchase. So those items in the mind of your buyer, in the mind of your consumer, are high value. They have a high perceived value, but to you, the cost is not much, right? So the outlay from your business is lower, but the consumer, that buyer, has an impression that you're adding value, that they're getting more when they purchase for you, which has great impact, not just on that single transaction, but also that relationship that you're building with them over time. So knowing what your margins are, knowing what your product setup, your portfolio really is at that deep level is important for scenarios like this. Now, what if you're a service-based business? What if you're not working, if you're not working on their taxes, if you're not cutting their hair, if you're not delivering a service, you're not getting paid. And there's only so many services you can give out with the amount of time that we as humans have in every day. So what could you potentially offer them? So a couple ideas for service-based businesses are, maybe there's an informational product that you could develop that would complement your actual service. So for example, if you are a financial professional or you are a CPA or a bookkeeper, there are a ton of questions I am sure you know that your ideal clients are struggling with, that they need to answer or they need to understand before they're even really an ideal client for you. They're even qualified to buy from you or work with you. So thinking about those questions, those frequently asked questions that people are struggling with, is there an informational offer, maybe a digital course like a video, or maybe a downloadable guide, or even a quiz, something that you could develop that would be an informational offer that once you create it once, you can share with people over and over and over again by sending them access to it, sending them an email with it attached. But basically, it is not taking any more time for you to deliver. But the key is it is valuable to them. So maybe when you start working with a new client, maybe there's something that 9 out of 10 have to deal with, that you find yourself repeating something over and over again. That will be a great thing to think about. Okay, what if that added service or that added thing that I have to do anyway, what if I break that off and actually provide that as a bonus for becoming a client of mine? Or maybe we even offer that as a way to invite people into your world as a free offer to even just get on to your email list so that you can nurture them when they are ready to commit to the kind of service that you offer. So maybe they are not 100% satisfied with the stylist or the salon that they're going to now, but they're not quite ready to switch. So what could you offer? Is there a trend report? Is there best practices for changing your hair color? Or what kind of questions would people be asking that you could provide them that knowledge, that understanding, that information that builds trust with you so that when they're ready to make that shift, you're the first person that they think of. So discounts can be great. But if you don't do your math, if you don't understand how much more volume, how many more sales do we need to make up that real money discount that we are providing, the discounts may not be the solution. So we talked about a couple options for product-based businesses, a couple based on service-based businesses. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. Have you run discounts before? Have they been successful? Did you do your math? What might have you offered instead? What did you offer? What do you offer now? Are there alternatives to discounts that you have found successful for you? I'd love to hear from you wherever you're watching or listening to this. Drop in the comments and share with me, what are you doing that's working, or what other questions do you have for your business when it comes to offering discounts or alternative to discounts? All right, I'm Mary Zarnecki. I'm your host here at the Sticky Note Marketing Show. Thanks for joining me for this episode. I'd love to hear what else you would love us to tackle on the show. So feel free to drop some comments. Let me know, what other questions do you have? How can I help you make running your business more effective, more efficient, and more profitable? See you on the next episode of the Sticky Note Marketing Show.